Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Sunless Skies. Where we left off last time, we were looking around for a guest, but we couldn't find one yet. We are now in Port Prosper. A messenger greeted us at the station. He has the scrubbed pink face and immaculate hair of a natural-born butler. He holds a placard with your name. The messenger explains that he is, as you already guessed, a butler. His master has heard much about your exploits and is quite desperate to meet you. He hands you a card with an address. You recognize it as a neighborhood of particular wealth and prominence. We now can visit the Bleak Industrialist's estate. And we now have one cryptic benefactor. We'll go do that shortly. We also have two things to do. We can deliver a verdant encouragement, which is seeds, or something like that. We gained 150 sovereigns and 150 experience. Yes, quite good. The clerk with the polished button says, as you finish signing, now let's see that dreadful stuff out to our bay, yes? And we can also drop off these sapling knots, which again is another 150 of each. We also have enough to do our... Actually, let's take a look here. No, they're selling crockery, which is not at all useful. We can sell these munitions. We picked up a thing for that. So we got some supplies, and some experience, and a bunch of money, of course. We also have not quite enough of the tea, but we brought 5 more. We now need just 2 more to complete our prospect, which is going just fine. I'm gonna pause very briefly, and then just to go explore sort of the northern edge of the area we're in. If there's anything exciting up there, I will restart the video at that point, and we'll go explore it together. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wait until we find a guest. We do, however, once we reach Port Avon, have a quest to turn in there. We do have all of the, where is it? Hunting Club. We have all the Hunting Club trophies, so we can start to do that as well. Back shortly. Okay, we are back. We are approaching the ruins of the Parzifal. The engine drifts unhappily through the sky. Some unholiness keeps the front of the engine tethered to the rest, despite the eruptions of corpse-white fungus that divide the train. The locomotive side is scored with black scars. The name Parzifal can be made out in brass letters on its side. The first engine through the avid horizon, a navigator whispers. London's pride once, captained by Lieutenant Commander Persy Blythe. The engine was to chart the new horizons beyond Albion. Never came back. We are going to board the Parzifal. What happened to the first engine in the high wilderness? Its doors are sealed, its lights dim, it drifts in the currents, mangled by fungal extrusions. Bolt cutters and pry bars are required to break the outer door. Its locking mechanism is antiquated and slickened with an oily substance. You wrench the door open, and are immediately greeted with a cloud of yellowing spores. Your vision blurs just as your navigator torches them, igniting the air with burning fungus. A few gaslights flicker on the walls. The scratchy sounds of a gramophone can be heard. You've entered the wreck of the Parzifal. Some talk of Alexander, and some of Hercules, of Hector and Lysander, and such great names as these. But of all the world's greatest heroes, there's none that can compare with the tow row to the British Grenadiers. Spores drift through broken carriages like dying firelights. Recruitment posters bearing Her Renewed Majesty's face molder on the walls. Music scratchy but indistinct echoes through the empty carriages. A great wall of pulsing fungus separates the back of the engine from the front. So there are many things we can do here. One of them is we can breach the fungus, but we'll check the captain's cabin first. In the first designs for London's engines, the captain always roomed towards the back of the train for their protection. Plush seats surround a decaying paper map, placed on a mahogany table. Drinks, some floating with mildew, have been poured in glasses around the table. Maps hang from sprouting fronds. Like peeling wallpaper, spores float gently through the room. Logbooks lie scattered about the table, none date from after 1897. The engine's destination was to be Trader's Wood. The last entry regards a stop at Hybras, which they named Hybras. Something was brought on board. The captain's bunk has collapsed in a pile of rotten wood and infected bedsheets wet with fungal growths. Here come the Grenadiers, my boys, who know no doubts or fears, then sing tow row, the British Grenadiers. Let's go to the armory. The solid iron walls of the armory are stained and rotted with sporing bodies. Lockers hang open, revealing decaying and antiquated sky suits. The old design, with thermal chestplate and brass buttons for fastenings. Several of your crew coo appreciatively, but back away when a prodding of the one suit reveals a fruiting colony of golden black mushrooms has sprouted within. Among the outdated and unused weaponry, you discover a trove of novels, fanciful stuff, but all concerned with the possibilities of space travel and the interaction between modern man and the alien. It's the same thing as last time. Let's breach the fungus. We succeeded. Shivering spasms of festering fungus separate the front of the train from the rest. The only way forward is through. You organize your hardiest soakers into a rota, slowly but steadily widening the gap between the pallid walls of quivering fungal flesh. The smell is direful, as are the ominous bulges protruding from the mushroom bulk. Thanks to your capable direction, however, a wide path is cleared, straight through the fungus, bisecting it like two lungs separated by the trachea. You pass through, unharmed. Let's explore the crew cabins. In locomotives as old as this, the crew were always assigned bunks near the engine room. The sounds of the gramophone are louder here. Battered metal and tormented wood paneling comprise the confines in which the crew dwelled. Chubby toadstools round as pastries dot the cramped bunk beds. Mementos of home are scattered about the fruiting debris. Slim volumes of Arnold and Blake, vials of honey, and engravings of simple domestic scenes can be found under every bunk. You also uncover a little tally chart on a folded bit of paper. It seems the crew were organizing a whip round for their commander's retirement present. They settled on a plot of land on Port Prosper. Oh, that's lovely. We're going through. Fruiting sacks send clouds of vitriolic orange into the air. Passing through will be hazardous to health. The engine room is just beyond. You go alone, your crew disappear behind you, lost in a haze of orange and gold. Above, sacks of sporing fungus encrusted to the metalwork begin to erupt. Showers of spore and viscous liquids render the terrain still more hazardous. You feel a peculiar sensation. Your hands tingle as though wishing to reach out to touch the fungus. As though for one more drink, you increase your speed. At last you leap over a final hissing sack of fungal eggs to find yourself before the engine room door. Let's enter the engine room. The thick steel is scored with bullet holes and is held in place by thick tendrils of ropey white fungus. As you approach, you notice the damage done to the walls, riddled with bullets, old stains on the carpet. An attack was mounted on the engine room. You can hear music loud and clear from inside. An eerie green light pours through the hinges like floodwater. You push open the door. The engine room is as cold as a sunless sky. Your breath hangs in long chains before you. The boiler is off. The infernal gramophone sits atop the boiler. The music is no better for being closer to it. Before you lies a danse macabre of fungus and corpses, hand in frond. On the wall, suspended by fungus, is a body in a captain's uniform. What happened here? The corpses bear bullet wounds. They are unmarred by fungus, decaying in peace. Amongst the rank insignia, you spot a first officer, a chief engineer, and a conductor. All died violent deaths. There are far too few to amount the full crew. The boiler, a battered, antiquated, wheezing contraption, stands silent and broken. Strips of iron hang in front of it, as though it had suffered an explosion. Inside you find fungus amidst the ashes, clumps and clusters of tendrils that sprout from the charcoal. When burnt, the spores would have infected the whole engine. Let's examine the captain's corpse. The last thing to do here, I think. The corpse of the finest officer of his generation hangs from the wall, suspended by chains of pale fronds. His skin is sallow, and there are strands of golden fungus across his cheek, as though a sun sits beneath his skin. His eyes open. Persy Blythe looks down on you. Blue, fruiting heads speckle his beard like hanging seaweed. Next to him, the gramophone crackles out its dreary anthems of years past. His mouth opens too wide as he speaks. His jaw cracks. Suspended from chains of fungus, Persy Blythe begins to stir, and probably alive. He fixes his gold-flecked eyes on you as his mouth begins to move, as though wanting to speak. We listen to him. He groans. His mouth opens impossibly wide, and a cloud of yellow spores emerge. I am all that is left. An oily liquid begins to drip from his left eye. I am a child of the grave garden. The voice alters, becoming more clipped, more static, like the voices on the gramophone. I am Lieutenant Commander Persy Blythe. I'm the captain of the Parzifal. My task was to explore the wilderness and return home with new discoveries. He groans as though weeping. I am all that remains. I want to go home. Can the Parzifal still fly? The answer is almost certainly no, but there's no harm in asking. No, the Lieutenant Commander hisses, his eyes rolling in his head. Sabotage, mutiny, ignorance, no fuel. The children too greedy, spread too fast, like fire. The engine is broken. The crew all gone. I'm alone. His head lulls as though his neck were broken. Can you even go home? I keep getting more terror. Lieutenant Commander Persy Blythe lets out a low moan and slumps forward. The chains of fungus adjust to accommodate this despair. Home, he slurs like a man drunk demanding another drink. On Hybras, Mother spored us there. She set out her children across the stars to learn. The Traitor's Wood, we were forbidden from entering there, but now its king is dead. But this craft failed before we could arrive. The body jerks as though shocked. Percy's face rises to face you. London, he asks. London. We will decide his fate. Lieutenant Commander Persy Blythe, decorated hero of London's forces, first captain through the avid horizon, gazes at you slack-jawed and unseeing. Please, he asks, take me home or finish this, he twitches. We just want to know what was kept from us in Traitor's Wood. Why did our king not love his children? I will take Persy Blythe to Hybras. The remnants of Persy Blythe does not appear to register your response. His head bobs with the tilting of the locomotive. You begin cutting the body down. It is a task only made more difficult by the discovery that most of the far wall is in fact a rubbery sort of mushroom, whose weak yellow flesh is entirely embedded in Blythe's back. That is truly horrifying. You are forced to cut down a whole section of the wall, exposing the metal shell of the Parzifal, and carry Blythe out on it. On board your engine, he mutters and twitches, as though diminished by the separation. You leave the Parzifal drifting alone in the sky. That is seriously messed up. And a game might be crashing? Don't crash, please. Come on, game. You can do it, I believe in you. It's thinking. It's not sure if it wants to. Oh, there we go. We're good. Oh, stop. Don't. We're good. Everything's fine. That is a huge ship, though. Look at the size of that vessel. So we need to get to Hybras, like, as soon as possible. But we have some serious terror problems now. We might have to take a nightmare on and then cure it later. There's a star-maddened explorer here, which is definitely coming at us. You colossal jerk. I miss. You know what? We don't have time to fight it. Let's just leave. We're gonna keep exploring this area. We're gonna go all the way to Traitor's Wood. We should just go to Traitor's Wood, in all honesty. But oh well. We'll just make our way over slowly. We're gonna have to watch our terrors. We might have to take a nightmare on to get rid of our terror a little bit. If we reach 100 terror, we definitely lose the game, so... The hour of the wolf. It is late, and you are alone. Doubts prey upon you. Is this the path you should have taken? You trespass upon the precincts of heaven. What price will be exacted of you? What price have you already paid? It'll pass. It did not pass. We just gained 5 more terror, and a tale of terror. That's okay. It's all good. We're fine. We'll hit a spot soon where it lets us blow something up and trade for losing a bunch of terror, but gaining a nightmare. Seems to be the methodology that it allows for. We're still looking for a guest, by the way, and if we find one, we'll kill it. On our way to Hybras. What's the best way to Hybras? I wonder if you can go around and past that horror? We might be able to. It is possible. We'll see. It's not super likely, but it's not impossible by any measure of the imagination. Oh, bees. Lots of bees. Another squad of bees. Let's just grab some experience. We're getting close to a level. The air is clean here with the crystal scent of fresh water. You near the Regent's Tears. Actually, the Regent's Tears will definitely help us get rid of our terror. Oh god, there's bees behind us. We found the Regent's Tears. We're gonna let our terror just go away. seems like we didn't quite get... Oh, we can get this too. Missed. That's okay. I wonder if we can get more terror down. Morale is strained and someone has been careless. One of the barrels in your hold wasn't securely fastened. It is split, spilling the precious hours across the floor. Already the hour's insistent melancholy has begun to permeate the engine, and your clocks are becoming erratic. Fix that. It is not the date it was. Grim. We really need to, oh, there's some bees coming at us. We might have to stop in Trader's Wood in order to grab some fuel. It doesn't have fuel. It definitely has, what's it called? Really? We didn't death him? Close the hatch. We don't need any terror. 75 is not a terrible amount by any means. Let's just go towards Trader's Wood. This is a fairly large hive, I think. It must be. Wait a minute, we need chorister honey. How much do we have? 2. And how many... Oh, we didn't take that commission. Because at the time I had no honey. Alright, well, we'll just continue on the way. We don't have anywhere to get fuel. I guess we can stop in Port Avon, but that's a ways out of the way, and I'd rather just go to Hybras as soon as possible. Although it doesn't look like we can go around that backside. Although we should be able to. Let's see if we can. You know what? We have enough supplies. Worst case, we die. We'll stop in Trader's Wood, though. That's a scriver. Or a scribe spinster. Something's here. There's a swirly up ahead. Yeah, we need to turn. You missed, spinster. You can shoot all you... Okay, don't shoot anymore. Stop shooting. I just wanted a port report. And... Ah. Beautiful docking. Look at that. Look at that captaining. Parting Glade. Port report. I think that we can only get supplies here, which is fine. We'll grab 1 supplies. 2 supplies? 2 supplies. And I don't think there's anything we want to do here quite yet. We are just rolling in terror at the moment, actually. That'll be fine. Now at least we have an autosave here. If we end up dying on the way out to Hybras, we can try and get to Magdalen's. We can lose terror by getting rid of that cantankery. I wonder if I can go that way. I guess we'll find out pretty quick here. It's a wind. Or something. No, it is definitely a wind. I missed. Ow. Those things cause terror when they hit you. That's gonna suck. There we go. Can we lose terror? Nope, but we can get more wood. We really need to hit this terror level where it lets us get a nightmare, which does suck, don't get me wrong. Like, getting nightmares is a bad thing. It's better than getting a mutiny, though, from star-maddened crew members. There's another one up here. Oh damn, we're moving. We're moving too fast. We're going, let's just go. Alright, we can now get our stuff. There we go. We got rid of some terror there. We lost the supplies though. This is gonna be real fast. We can try and get some more supplies. Yeah, we got it. There's a lot of scribe spinsters here. I'll take that bronze wood as well. I hope we don't get hot. If we get caught behind here, we're screwed. There's no way out. Oh, we're dead. There's no way we can go back through there. At this point, it might just be better off. I mean, we can try to fly back up, but with our terror level the way it is, and the fact that we're never going to make it back through here without getting killed by the spinsters, probably. There's too many of them. We're barely moving. Yeah, it's too fast. We're dead. Alright. We'll just, yeah. Just jump back into the game from that dock. So we know that way is going to be a way we go in the future. Also, I don't know how to get out of there. I guess we could have strafed. Maybe, something like that. But for now, we need to go down and around. There's like lots of cool supplies and there's some bronze wood there, and at least we know where to find like a whole bunch of scribe spinsters at the moment. So we can kill as many of them as we want to. There's at least 3 or 4 of them there. But we really just want to get to Hybras, drop off this nightmarish fungus, and call that a day. Our terror is so bad right now, it's really kind of worrisome. Yay, we found a fuel. Always good. Will hopefully keep us around a little bit longer. I'm hoping like we get an otherworldly artifact nightmare or something like that we can smash an otherworldly artifact to lower our terror. Next time we hit Magdalene's, we can easily replace our nightmare and terror levels because we have tons of Salon Stewed Gossip we can trade in for that. Apparently it's our most common currency. Non-traditional currency. We're almost to, oh, we lagged a teensy bit there. We're close to that edge. I hear a gun. Is there a dreadnought fighting something? Is it fighting a guest? Really is all I care about. We're gonna take a quick detour. I lost the sound. Oh, something's over here is fighting. Oh, it's a marauder. Who cares? Oh god, don't shoot me with your chain gun. Sovereigns, let's go with the captain. Probably gonna be Salon Stewed Gossip again. What a shocker. We should lose terror for shooting down marauders. I think, personally. We're never gonna find a guest, though. I haven't seen one for a while. Maybe one day. I desperately want one though so we can finish that research quest. Right, going to Hybras, we also have to go past a horror. There's no other way. I guess there's the long way around, but this way it's gonna be fine. We'll just skirt around it very carefully. There might be a guest by the horror, actually. Skeen's Skine. And we are approaching the horror area, and our terror level's at 72, which is really bad. I hear sounds. Oh, it's a stupid marauder ship, which apparently I can't shoot at. Twice I can't shoot at it. Alright. Let's let our heat go down so we can get a good engagement. I hear scribe spinsters, maybe? Let's grab some repairs. 10 repairs is worth 30 sovereigns. I'm not really sure if that was worth it, but that's okay. I really need that event to hit. Fear grips your engine. The rapid gate have retreated to pipes and crannies. Ah, here we go. Do nothing. What will come, will come. We increase our nightmares, lower our terror by 50. There we go. We'll fix that later. Faith's Fall, we're gonna try and get past that. Behold, the remains of a celestial behemoth rotting gently. So much terror as we go past that, but there's definitely a fight happening up there. And I want to know what it is, but at the same time I can't afford to go up there. Ah, we'll brush by on our way out. We'll hit Hybras first. Grab some supplies, see what's going on up there. If there is indeed a guest, we'll kill it. And we'll just take whatever terror we'll have to get. And hopefully we'll go cure our nightmare at Magdalene's. That's going to be our goal. But for now, Hybras awaits. And there's a fungus meteor thing. Gain supplies with terror, reduce our terror. Let's just destroy the fungus and reduce our terror. That's going to be our goal right now. Keep our terror as low as possible until we get our nightmare fixed. Drifting spores cling to your engines, or clog your engine's chimney, his sputters and coughs, expunging them with a belch of steam. Here we go, let's do this event. We're dropping off the Kid Captain to its fungal home. We failed to find bronze wood. Bummer. Anyways, we need to go to Hybras itself. Hybras Deserted. Return Persy Blythe. A knot of sporing fungus can be found a few miles out from the station near one of the larger swamps, you're told. We'll also grab a port report first. And then we'll return him. The atmosphere thickens. The nearer you get to the swamp, spores cloud the air as do swarms of fat-bellied flies. Ropes of white mushroom hang in the air like homecoming banners. You order your crewman to lay Persy Blythe on his ruined back near the large tree. You wait a while, but nothing happens other than the gentle decay of Blythe's sagging flesh in the warmth. Eventually you're forced to go back to the station for shelter. When you return, Blythe is gone. A handful of metals gleam under the silent boughs of the dead trees. The devils of Carillion claim to be experts in the assessment and improvement of the soul. They would describe yours as pungent, febrile, and unappetizing. Persy Blythe is gone. There's nobody in the town still, but there is still a shop. There is not a shop. There's just the bazaar. The other shop is gone. Okay, well, luckily we still have some supplies and stuff we can get back home with. 2 fuel, 3 supplies, we should be fine. We won't have to eat our own people, probably. I add that just in case this fight up here goes a little bit worse than we're thinking it will. I might as well try and jump past the horror a little bit, just to see what's beyond. We haven't actually gone beyond the horror, and there's clearly a path. Like there's something above it. Let's go take a look. Worst case, we get a little bit of horror that we fix up at Magdalene's as soon as we're clear. Best case, we find something really cool. And I know we're a little bit over time on this video, but that's fine. If nothing is up here, I'll just quickly do a, well, not a jump cut, we'll end the video at that point, and then we will move on to our next video. After I get to like New Winchester or something. Actually, well, no, we're gonna stop in Port Avon, or Avon. That's an actual Takati Scout? Really? I almost 100% oh, there's one there. Okay, that's what we need. They move so freaking creepily. Come on. Just die. Why won't you die? Alright, we got the thing. That's exactly what we needed. Let's collect a sample of the guest's ligaments. The phlegmatic researcher in Leadbeater and Stainrod Nature Reserve does not know what he's requested of you, but you'll see it done. We'll go past the thing anyways. We're not too bad off in terms of terror at the moment. And actually, it's not that terrible all around. It's beautiful, actually. I think it'd be fascinating to see in real life, but at the same time, I can see how it'd be kind of scary. What's up here? We've never been up here. We don't have that many supplies, so we can't go too far. If it's an actual, like, long path, it might just be a long path around. We're gonna turn back then, because we don't have that many supplies left. We need to get to Port Avon, or Avon, or whatever. Or New Winchester, either one. And we have a bit of a journey to go, so we have to go out that way. There is, however, a ruin of a ship or something up here as well. We'll stop by on the way. A messenger of the heavens breathes a member of your crew, tears in his eyes. The ambition is in orbit, though. We can mourn the dead, or we can try and break in, but we're fine. Let's try and break in. Partial success, fair enough. Let's scavenge the captain's quarters. We gained 10 terror. That sucks. We lost a crew, but we got an artifact. Great. That is not what I was hoping we would find. Another one of these friggin' things. The UCE never surrender. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, we need to turn and fight. It's faster than we are. Oh, their guns actually turn. That's annoying. They got stuck. We can probably leave. And we're just gonna run for it. Their guns are very long ranged. The Marauder actually made it quite a far distance, all things considered. Raid the safe, explore the... Yeah, we'll just get some saloon stewed gossip again. They're still on stewed gossip again. Alright, we have 2 supply, 2 fuel, well, almost 1 fuel left. We really don't have any sort of extra supplies to be fighting with a guest. So we got the thing we needed. That's ultimately what we wanted. We're good. We can now do 2 quests, one in Port Avon, which is turning in all of the trophies we've captured, and then the other one is the research thing, which is all the way to the south, but we'll get that done in the next video. So what I'm going to do is leave off the video here. We're just going to make our way to Port Avon, or Avon, it's not that far away. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care.